Hey, welcome along to another episode of Behind the Bar podcast, brought to you by the coaches and clients of RT Fitness Durham, Sunderland, and the Barbell Club, and the Barbell Club online, doubling up on the ands. What we're trying to do with these podcasts is ensure that you take away some value from it, just little hints and tips so that you can implement it into your everyday life and get the results you desire. So in today's episode, we have Mr. Kieran Wilson, who has had an incredible transformation along the way. His weight loss has been like nothing we've ever heard of, but we find out the hows, whats and whys of how he's done it. And yeah, it's a great story. And for me, I always like to understand like what that mega switch was. And it was quite an interesting switch for Kieran to start his journey. So if you enjoy the episode, please give it a share, click the follow button on all of these. And if you need any information at all, the link down below is just going to go straight to my personal Instagram account. Go down there. If you like what you see, or if you need any help on anything, just drop us a DM on there. So enjoy the show.
Right then, Kieran. Who is Kieran? Kieran, Mr. Wilson. It is Wilson. It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, obviously, yeah, I'm Kieran. Obviously from the Durham area, go down the Durham unit.
Yeah.
Very busy with work, but obviously still make time for this. Obviously, it's important to maintain it.
Who is you? How old are you?
So I'm 35.
Yeah.
Getting on a bit now. Generally just a chilled person, quite laid back, maybe it's too laid back. Yeah, I just like a bit of fun and laugh, banter, maybe talk too much sometimes. Get wrong a few times for talking, but that's me.
Not from me. I haven't coached you enough to see
from our little Maddie.
To see you talk. So I mean, I'm like, obviously you've been, how long have you been here now?
Oh, it was June the 5th I started, so
God,
7 months.
Still not even that long, is it?
No, 7 months now.
And do you know it feels like longer because like everybody probably knows you. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel as though you're like a big character here.
It's because I talk too much.
Sorry.
I'm always heard.
Yeah, so
and not seen.
No, it does. It feels like longer. Because probably when you first started, you came straight out with us as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been here
social, didn't you?
2 weeks and I was a little loner from my group. I didn't know anybody.
I think, did Imogen came out as well? She just started? Oh, she's 7 a.m. Oh, no, she's here.
No, she was doing our sessions,
yeah. That's right.
But I can't remember. I think the first person I spoke to really was obviously you and Sarah.
Yeah.
And Kaz as well.
Right,
obviously, that's when I mostly interacted with Kaz there, because I was the little loner on the bench, didn't know anybody quiet.
You still came out though, which is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, because obviously, I don't think you want to come to a session and just think, oh God, I'll just go into that corner because I don't know anybody. Because people do think that when they first come, I think, and they're a bit like petrified of it. Mm-hmm. But you just need to get out there and just talk because we're all in the same situation at the end of the day. We're doing it for the same reason. Yeah. And that's the top and bottom of it.
I mean, this wasn't even in the questions for us, but what would be the question to ask somebody? Because I think for me, like if I was starting somewhere new, it'd be like, how long you been here? And then that opens it, doesn't it?
I think a lot of people as well think when they're doing it, it's like, I always say like, I'll twist about an exercise, but normally when I twist about an exercise, it's because I can't do it.
Yeah.
But it's about the progress on being able to do it.
Uh-huh.
For instance, like the dips, absolutely hated them. Obviously starting on a blue band with them, but obviously I know the last time I was on the purple band, but nice. Then next time I came around, I went straight to the no band. Wow. So obviously you dropped by 3 bands within that space of not even doing them. And I was getting the 4 sets of 12 and actually enjoying them now because I can do them.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the mindset really, it's like not putting yourself down just because you're struggling to do something and just cracking on until you can do it as well. But I think the question you have to ask yourself is like what you're doing it for and where you're going to get to, isn't it?
Yeah. This was off script, but yeah, we definitely got it. No, it was, yeah. I think, fuck it. Yeah, it was like, I mean, you've seen so many new people start this year, haven't you? And it's it always is. It's a shit scary thing.
It is, yeah. But I suppose when you're starting as well, obviously, why coming like 7 months down the line, I try and talk to people. I'm not the best at talking to new people sometimes.
Yeah.
But I try to, because it isn't nice feeling if you're thinking, I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm not like that. Once you open up a bit, obviously you do start to really enjoy it. You have a bit of a laugh. Maybe not talk too much and pay attention to the demos. But yeah, you get to that point and it's just about making feel welcome, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way you want to be welcomed.
You remember that? We always have a little thing of where the coaches are supposed to introduce somebody to somebody else. We introduce you to somebody else. Did we? In your first year, do you not remember?
I can't remember because obviously when I first started, obviously I had to miss the very first session, didn't I? Because I was looking after my brother. And then,
Right.
So, I'd done the first session, but it was the 7 o'clock in the morning one. I missed the second day, but then I went on to my sessions.
Yes.
So I was sort of like weaning in wherever I could at first.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to miss the first session because it's not a very good start. But I forgot I'd already pre-arranged stuff.
Yeah.
So mixing up my calendars a bit.
Yeah.
But as you say, obviously I'm here, there and everywhere all the time and fitting things in, and I extend my day quite a bit, but it's getting yourself in a little routine. I like it.
Right.
And I hate the times that I can't do it. I feel out of place.
Uh-huh.
And that's where things creep in. You think, no, I need to get back to routine.
Yeah. So the nights work for you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Brill. Big one then. What results have you got? And obviously the time frame. Well, it is the 7 month, but yeah, just give us what results you're getting in what time frames and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in total, when I was at my lowest, obviously I went up a little bit now through muscle gain, but at my lowest I think it was around about 108 pounds that I'd lost.
Fucking hell.
The 88 pound of it was actually in the first 3 months.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupidly crazy because go for it. Tell us.
Yeah. I mean, I was petrified at first because I was popping collagen capsules like no tomorrow because I was thinking, oh God, if I get like loads of extra loose skin. Because the size I was very large. I mean, I went from a double XL top to a small.
Yeah.
And my jean size has dropped down from like a 40 to a 30. So it is quite a big difference, but surprisingly, I haven't actually had that much problem with any like loose skin, so to speak.
Yeah, I've seen you pics actually. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite fortunate, I think, because I did think I was going to get a lot. Even on like, because obviously I was doing the carnage for must have been 5.
Yeah, most of the time.
4 or 5 months, and then obviously went onto the barbell after that. Obviously, the strength gains, obviously, I think speaks for itself because a lot of things like the back squat, for instance, I mean, that's up to 100 kilograms now with full range of motion. I was actually doing 200 kilogram leg presses with full range of motion.
Yeah, I seen your little win.
What's the other big one? I mean, I was up to 170 kilograms on the deadlifts.
Yeah.
I was gutted I missed the last one because obviously other arrangements, but because I felt like I could have gone a bit higher, but that's like the strength gains just on that, like with full range of motions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's working on that side more to speak, because obviously my frame of mind for that part was obviously the carnage. Yes, I've lost all that weight, but now I need to start filling that space with something else, such as the muscle.
Yeah.
Rather than
keep on losing weight.
Yeah.
You'll disappear.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously need to gain a little bit of weight now in the form of muscle. But it's getting that balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
how the fuck, I mean, going back to the 88 pounds, how the fuck did you do that in that? Because I've never seen that. I've never heard of it.
I maybe pushed it a little bit too far. I was under my calories and I was getting wrong for it.
Yeah.
But I think the way I was before, even people at work were always quite shocked if they saw me with a meal, because you would literally never see me eat a meal. Because this was part of my biggest challenge with nutrition, so to speak, because I'm very bad with like textures and stuff like that.
Right.
I can eat stuff, yes, okay, I might enjoy the taste. Might have to think about something else while I'm chewing it. But then obviously I was ending up bringing things back up and that. I don't know why, it was just a body reflux, so to speak, through textures. So that was one of my biggest challenges, because I was thinking about what the hell can I eat? I don't like now. I'm too fussy. So I picked a few little bits that I could eat, and actually when I started eating them proper meals, I was just too full. I was literally just never hungry, but I think it's because I never really had that proper meal element for so long. When I was typically eating during the day, it would be like crisps, sweets, I don't know, toast, and that would literally be it for the day, like
just
every single day.
Snacks,
Because I was thinking, well, I won't buy ready meals because I don't like the textures and the stuff that they put in them. So that was always quite restrictive. Obviously, at work, we weren't allowed to use the cookers because obviously it's clients' electricity. We could use the microwaves, but again, ready meals. Obviously, okay, I was maybe a bit lazy because I wouldn't do some scrambled egg in the microwave or something like that. But it is an element of laziness as well. So that was one of my biggest challenges, and obviously, when I did get it down and think, right, okay, I'm going to have them, that's so many calories. I mean, on a night time, I was literally just having 250 grams of 5% fat mince with gravy, and that was it.
Right.
But
got your protein in.
Yeah, but it actually did fill us. And when obviously Sarah told us that I had to up my calories a bit more, and I introduced even just some ready-made mash, I actually struggled to eat it at first because it just felt too much. Obviously I can eat it perfectly fine now, believe me. But yeah, so that on top of, I think, my steps didn't really go below 20,000, I think, at that point.
Right.
So I was literally doing like 20,000 steps.
What was it before that?
Oh, probably about 3,000 a day.
So that's a huge leap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, in my job, I pretty much had the laptop all day.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I was getting home, Netflix and food. Pringles, bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're just chilling. So, yeah, it was about 3,000 calories. 3,000 steps a day. Probably was more than 3,000 calories, I tell you. 3,000 steps a day before up to the minimum 20,000 with the calorie reduction and proper meals. It just seemed to fly off along with the exercises, of course.
Yeah.
I know on a Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday when I wasn't here, I always made sure I was doing like an hour on my exercise bike at home on the days that I wasn't at the gym, so obviously that'll have helped as well.
Yeah.
That was on top of the steps. So yeah, that all played a part in bringing it massively way down.
Odd.
Just got a bit pricey for the clothing.
Yeah. It's a good price to pay.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I bought loads of clothing for holiday, larges, because obviously I was being double XL at the time.
Yeah.
And I was a bit apprehensive about buying a large, thinking, oh, fucking hell, I won't be in that size by the holiday, I'll waste some money there. But then when I actually got to the holiday, I had to buy all new clothing anyway because I got another medium.
Right.
So, yeah,
Have you thrown all the double XLs out?
Yes.
Because if you keep that in your cupboard, it's like a safety net.
Yeah, because I think when I first started going down, I think I actually got rid of, I think it was 24 blank bags of clothing.
Fuck.
I mean, half the stuff still had tags on.
Really?
Yeah, there was 22 pairs of jeans that still had tags on. So, I know.
I only had 2 pairs of jeans, how have you got 22?
I know. I love a good sale.
Right, okay.
I'm already back with 2 wardrobes full.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously I threw all my double XLs away when I got down to a certain size. I kept my larges when I was a medium. Because I was trying to factor in, like, obviously, depending on how much muscle I gain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to end up with no clothing if I did have to go up a size. So obviously I'm getting rid of all my larges now, and I've kept my mediums just in case of, like, muscle fluctuations and so to speak. So yeah.
So that's mad because obviously you have lost that amount of time, and I would never recommend it to anybody, to be fair, and I know Sarah was kicking your ass to eat more. But you've went from so literally not moving to moving nearly 7 times over, nearly 7 times as much, and obviously training 4 days a week, 7 days a week because you were on your bike, and then the calorie reduction, and then the higher protein was probably kept you fuller where you weren't eating as many calories as well.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't actually realise protein. You just think, it's just fucking protein, which you do when you're obviously not doing anything like this. But I know at one stage, like, I'd message Sarah saying, "Oh yeah, I've been looking at that," because I was like researching protein and all stuff like that. Not of like typical Google, like the proper websites. Because otherwise Google will tell you that you'll die if you have too much protein. But I was like looking into all that and I didn't realise that it can affect obviously your metabolism, your tiredness, your moodiness, your body functions, we'll just say that. It can affect like all of that, and I actually didn't realise like to the extent of, apart from obviously for your muscles, I didn't realise the extent of how much it affects your body.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a lot more than that it does affect, but I think, yeah, okay, we can pop you a question, or pop Sarah a question, or pop Matty a question, but I think as well, when you invest in that much time into doing this anyway, like get a little bit of knowledge at least.
Yeah.
Because I think that does help you, rather than thinking, going through the motions of like, I don't know, doing your 3 or 4 sessions, tracking here and there, but actually not knowing anything about it. I think if you get a little bit of understanding, it helps you reach your goals that little bit easier. And thinking, well, I don't fancy that, but obviously I need the protein because of like, it does this, it does that, helps it do this. It'll improve us further down the line for that.
Yeah.
I think that's like what's the importance of that side. So there was like a few things I was like researching at first, like obviously me few little minutes I have spare.
Yeah.
It's normally when I was lying in bed, thinking, do you know when your mind starts ticking away and thinking,
yeah,
oh, I'll have a look at that, I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was them moments, but yeah, I like looking at things a little bit like that, because I think it helped me in gaining some understanding of like why I needed to do, because it's all right, obviously, when you do your check-in, saying get more protein. But I think people need to take that little bit of initiative to obviously look at why they need the protein.
A little bit of self-education.
Because obviously I know that you do obviously the top tips and you do explain to people, but I think people need to take that in line as well.
Yeah.
And just...
Do you think the skim over my face and here he goes again?
Well, I don't know, because I told you, I'm quite sad. I watch all of the reels.
Oh dear.
Nice. I'm always popping a like here and there. I like it because, I mean, well, you know yourself, even though I've been here 7 months, I think I've attended every single new starter Q&A live on a Sunday.
Yes, you have. Yes.
Because
You'll
I do
always
that.
Say hi.
Yeah. Because I think, like me, myself, obviously, I'm normally quite good at recognising when I've done bad. And I'll still like track things if I've done bad, but it sort of gives you that little bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you do have any burning questions that you haven't asked, it obviously is your time to ask it. I might just have one question, but obviously I'll fire it out there. But yeah, it gives you a little bit of refresh to give you a little jump start on your batteries, so to speak. Because you do get like a few months down the line, you're thinking, oh, just like we'll do a little rest, but obviously that little bit of a rest could be your fallback as well.
100%.
So, like, I mean, obviously I know when I went on holiday for 2 weeks, that was fucking hard. I felt like I was dying all over again when I came back.
Yeah. But you did.
Yeah, I did. Like I say, I've apart from obviously Christmas and when I have had to look after my brother for my mum to get a bit of respite, I don't think I've missed any sessions. I've even been in like when I've been bad or anything like that. I've never, bit of a glutton for punishment. No,
you have. You've done it. I mean, I'm just going to go straight to this because you've said a lot in a lot of that. I mean, what is that? Like, this is my favourite bit. So it's like, what is that moment? When was the switch and why? Of like, why are you going to do this? Because you've made a fucking huge change. It hasn't been like I said. You've went 7-fold on your steps, which is unheard of as well. So, but what was that? Do you remember it?
Oh, I definitely.
Yeah.
There is a short answer and there is a longer answer, I suppose. But I think the longer term thing is obviously when I was explaining about obviously what I used to eat and stuff like that. Obviously, everyone knows it. I mean, I used to actually sit and watch my 500-pound life while I was having a kebab just to make us feel better. That was eating one.
Right, okay.
Because a big carb won't end up like that.
Yeah.
But perfect moment to make yourself feel better. But I think you spend... Like, I wasn't happy with the size I wasn't for a long time. But you get into that motion of like, oh, I'll have a bar of chocolate, it's going to make us feel better.
Yeah.
Or have a takeaway, make us feel better. Because it does make you feel better at that moment.
Yeah.
But that's the placebo of it. Obviously, you're having it to make yourself feel better, but then half an hour after you're thinking, oh, fuck's sake, I wish I didn't have it, or like I'm sick of it and stuff like that. And I mean, I've been the same on like many holidays, but it was the Turkey holiday. Like even like
So
lying
was
by
this
the pool.
last April or May? Or
May,
something?
May I was there.
Okay, right.
I'm like sitting there with a t-shirt on, and I'm obviously waiting for somebody fatter than me to get in the pool for me to go in.
Right. Okay.
And obviously, it sounds a bit silly, but it probably is a little bit silly. But I think it's just that mindset of where, I don't know, it's your body image, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to wait for somebody to go in that's fatter than you is a bit of a sad moment in your life,
Yeah.
I think. It is a bit sad moment in your life because that's just putting a lower self-worth on yourself than what you think you are.
Yeah.
And that comes along with that, like comfort eating and stuff like that. And it all does play a part in each other. Because I actually done my call with, I can't remember her name now.
Kirsty.
Yes, Kirsty,
Yes,
that was
yeah,
I was calling her something else the other day. Not a bad name.
No.
Actually done my call with her while I was in Turkey.
Right. Okay.
Naturally, I was sat having a meal with a vodka, as you do on holiday, and done my call because I was scrolling through Facebook and it just popped on, and obviously had a discussion with my partner. I just thought, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to give it a go because I thought if I can't do it, I can't do it. If I can, I can. At least if I'll have given it a go. So I went out on them anyway, done my phone call in Turkey, paid the money, joined me sessions, and like I say, that's when it all started. But yeah, that was the last straw on the camel's back, basically. Like when I was in Turkey and on holiday and feeling like that, basically, that I was basing my activities and my life around me body image and who else was around us, basically.
Right.
Instead of just doing something for me.
So why do you think it was that moment? Apart, like obviously you've probably had moments like that in the past. What was that? Just a little thing that just ticked you over the edge?
I don't know, I think...
Or do you think it was a build-up coming up?
Yeah, I would say it's a build-up because I said there's been many holidays before that and the same feeling each time, and I think because like obviously naturally when you're eating that amount of calories and crap and God knows what for so long and not moving much, you are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, I was at the point where I was getting like out of breath just tying my shoelaces.
Right. Okay.
Because I say obviously 20 stone is quite large.
Is that 20? Is that what you were?
Yeah, 20 stone. Yeah.
That sounds fucking ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And what are you now?
13.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Like I say, on the 88 pound mark, it worked on average around about £7 a week. Well, no, that was at the 55 pound mark. Sorry,
Right,
£7 a week.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'll slow down a little bit after that, but yeah. I mean, obviously during that time there has been the moments like obviously where I gained £10 on holiday, but lost that £10 within the 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Obviously Christmas was a bit more than £10, but obviously lost that. Obviously it tends to fluctuate a deviance of like £6 at the moment, up and down. Normally, like obviously, but again, I've gained a lot more muscle.
Yeah.
Like I can see like
different
muscles appearing from places that I couldn't see before.
That alone in itself though as well, because obviously we can always celebrate the weight loss, but like your strength gains, I mean, how long have you done the barbell?
3 months I think it is now.
And you're getting to numbers, what did you say on your deadlift?
Deadlift 170.
And that was for reps? For reps, so for 5, was that for 5 reps?
Yeah. Because I was actually gutted that I missed the last one, because when I was doing the 170 I felt like I could actually go a little bit higher.
Right.
Maybe it might have only been like 5 or 10, but
yeah.
I felt like I could have. Because I was doing the 170 quite comfortably, and I think part of it was I actually got my form right for a change. Because I used to laugh when obviously you say like stick your bum out, and now I'm thinking I've just spent 7 months to get me arse smaller, never mind make it look bigger. And like I say, the leg press is like 200 kilograms, so like I said, there is quite big jumps, and it's those moments that make you feel proud, make you think, yeah, I'm getting it, and it keeps you going.
It's accelerated so fast.
Yeah, like I say, it's that thing about not putting yourself down though as well, isn't it? Because like I said before, sorry, I've always said that I didn't like something or twisted about it just because I couldn't do it yet.
Yeah.
Instead of just concentrating on the fact that, I mean, I still will twist about it
Yeah.
when I can't do it, but instead of concentrating about that, like getting to it. For instance, I hated the boxing, but I'm not so bad at it now.
Yeah.
At least not terrible. Getting better. It's just about like putting yourself in them little goals as well, rather than thinking, oh, the person next to us is like doing 100 times more than me. It's about obviously recognising yours, like, you've got to think about your frame, your build, your muscle mass, obviously working what's right for you, isn't it? Rather than basing it on somebody else as well.
And you probably, like, especially saying that when you were doing the carnage side, like, because there's always going to be people. There's always going to be people better, there's always going to be people worse. And where you say you hate an let's say press ups for an example, you might hate them, whatever. Say you're doing them on your knees and you get 5 in a minute. You don't sometimes realise the next time that comes around, the next week, you're getting 6.
To believe it or not, I actually still remember my first session.
Right.
Because I tell people when they come in, like obviously if there's new people in my sessions, I always say to them when they're thinking, oh, I can't do any of this. And I'm like, you can. I says, believe me, when I first started, on the dips on the tyre,
yeah,
I actually only managed 2, and I
right.
asked to change the exercise
to
where I was doing the front weights because it was hurting my arms too much.
Yeah, okay.
So literally 2 of them, that was it.
Yeah.
Out of 2 minutes. But obviously now I can do no problem.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I say, doing the dips on there, no problem.
Dips.
So
yeah.
It's not putting yourself down just because obviously you have to remember that you just started, and it is a massive shock to your body at the end of the day. So I always do like try and say to people as well, like obviously when you're getting that build up with like relations, so to speak.
Yeah.
Tell about your experience of how you first started and where you were, and I know it has helped with like a couple of people think,
it does, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's important for that as well.
And that's why I like to do these with the clients, because it shows the
community aspect.
With community, it shows people's stories, because some people it's like, because a before and after on social media.
Yeah, it doesn't show you the in between. Basically,
it doesn't show you the in between, and like I know you're like 7 months. Is that what you said? 7 months.
Yeah.
7 months. You've had exceeded results. You have, like it is, but it's like still, but it took 7 months. To get to there,
and it's still a long way to go at the end of the day as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's a massive body recomp.
Yeah, yeah, so, of course it is. Yeah.
Like to the extreme, basically.
Yeah, you have. If you've done it in the correct way as well, you've lost the weight and now you're trying to build up the muscle.
Yeah,
and you've went right down in the weight to where obviously you're wearing a small, but now you're trying to build up that muscle, but still live a balanced life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I am quite rigid with my food because obviously I've just had this. Obviously, we're in the recent couple of weeks where my little treat days have crept in a little bit more.
Right. Okay.
But a part of it is probably because obviously I've literally ate the same meals every single day for months.
Right.
Because I know that's what I can eat and what I like.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's like this fussiness.
It works.
So yeah. But obviously I need even if it's just a little bit of a change, like instead of me tuna meal sandwich, just hoist some pasta in it instead of like having it in a sandwich.
Right, okay.
Just so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just to like mix it up a little bit like that, or maybe find something else for me tea or whatever. Even just a small little change will sort of refresh it a little bit. Yeah. So a few naughty days.
It doesn't sound fucking naughty.
I mean, all the way through though, I've still had my kebab, but I've more kept it like I just say, right, on a payday I'll have a kebab.
What kind of kebab are you talking? Doner?
Oh,
like a proper dirty doner kebab, yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. It's got to be a proper treat.
A mixed grill or a doner?
No, pure doner.
Pure doner, okay.
Kebab meat, chips and garlic.
Right, okay.
That's it. That's all I like. As again, fussy.
Yeah.
I won't even touch a chicken kebab.
Right.
But I kept that to a payday, so I'll say, right, every 4 weeks I'll have a kebab.
And this is instead of every week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe twice a week.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes I have them 3 times a week.
Right.
I know I was spending over £100 a month on kebabs.
Okay.
Like takeaways. So yeah, it was quite a lot. So I still have them, but I keep it to every 4 week cycle based on a payday.
Yeah.
So and that is my treat. So I think, right,
It's
I
a
think
habit
good for like,
switch.
yeah. Mhm. But when I'm on holiday, I'll still have a sausage sandwich and stuff like that. Cause
Yeah.
why not? I'm doing the exercise for it. I'm doing steps,
Yeah.
keeping everything else right. You can throw in a little treat there, can't you?
So it's trying to get people to get into that mindset of being able to do it all.
Yeah.
And like without worrying, because we can, but you've done it right. Obviously, you've lost the weight, you did this and that, and now you're like obviously building up slowly with this, and you can go out for a meal every other week if you wanted to, because you know that you've got to rein it back.
To be fair, the socials are my social life, so I don't have time to go out for meals and stuff like that.
Right.
So, yeah, that is my social life, basically. So the 17th will be my meal out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically is that. I think, obviously, where I used to go around with my calories all the time being too low, obviously, they'd always, built up over the like 7 days, so I did have the spare calories there, but I didn't want to think like that every week, because I just think, well, if I think I'm going to have the calories spare just so I can have a binge out on that day,
Yes.
it's counterproductive.
Yeah. You would have just stayed at maintenance.
Yeah. And obviously I wouldn't get into where I was, basically.
Mint. Love it. What's next?
I don't know, because I think I've just went off on tangents, haven't I?
No, it's good.
Just branched out like a little...
It wasn't everything was on topic. You've done really good.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's next? What's next? What do you think for your... We're obviously sticking on the physique.
Yeah, it is mostly physique. Building muscle again, obviously. At some point, maybe do the shred. Obviously, I think that's a while off yet. I think obviously next year suits me better, really, based on what I've already got booked, because I think next time it comes around, I'm on holiday and stuff like that.
You've got booked. Yeah.
Because I think I'm actually on holiday next time you do it as well, so it's working like that. So I think, because I normally have a holiday in September, so that's why I'm thinking early next year. But it is something I want to do, but I have to
build the mass.
Get that right first.
Yeah. You've got all the time in the world.
Otherwise, I'll just like a saggy pair, skin and bones.
Yeah. It's right. It is right though.
Yeah.
You're right on that.
Yeah, just work on the exercises, obviously building up the muscle and getting better at some of them, working on my forms. Pull-ups. Pull-ups, yeah. I'm not...
Takes a lot.
Narrow ones, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Wide ones, I'm terrible.
One of the hardest exercises.
Yeah. So yeah, working on that.
Yeah. When was the last time you had to pull yourself over a fence or something like that? You're going to say all the time.
Well, I was going to say I was struggling to pull myself up off the sofa before.
But it's like, if you think of that movement,
you've
never had to do it, like probably since you were a kid climbing up the park or something like that.
Well, it is, and that's it. Yeah, but. Oh, incline as well. Bench. Yeah, not particularly good at that yet.
So your goals are more gym focused goals?
Yeah, they are more gym focused, yeah, because I enjoy it.
Good.
Like I say, obviously, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be coming. I would be missing sessions here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, I enjoy it, and I hate missing sessions. So that's what I do focus on at the moment, more than anything else, because I suppose I sort of limit myself a little bit, subconsciously. Because I think if I go out and do this or do that while I'm on holiday, like maybe go out 3-4 times in the week while I'm on holiday, I feel like it would be a step back and a knock back.
Right.
Into old ways.
Yeah.
Because you think, I suppose that's what happened from Christmas, obviously, because it's after Christmas that I've had my few treat days.
Yeah.
Like, I did put the excuse that, well, it was Christmas and then I had a week off. And I was like, fuck it, Sarah, they're just excuses. I'm not making them. Because I mean, that's a big part of, obviously, this whole thing as well. It's ownership, isn't it? And I'm not averse to recognising my own faults and when I've done something wrong, because I will quite happily say to Sarah, like, that I've had something. I mean, I can't even hold my own water. I'll come into the gym and I'll say, Matty, I'm having a kebab tonight, mind.
Yeah.
So I can't hold my own shape, basically. And I'll quite happily put it out there that I'm having something, but...
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Because you're not, like, bullshitting about it, are you?
I mean, she did ask us a question, what was something, because there was no protein. And I say as well, the description on my food says felt like shit, ate like shit, and I put it down as 4,000 calories.
Right. Okay.
Because it was a pig day.
Yeah.
But I put it in there. I didn't work out all the protein, but the calories was in there.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of calories. But yeah, so it's ownership. If you're gonna like bullshit use, you're only gonna bullshit yourself at the end of the day. And that's when you don't move and you don't improve and stuff like that. So yeah, it's taking ownership for yourself. Otherwise, you're wasting your own time.
What people in your people in your position where they've lost like the weight, how long were you overweight for prior to that though?
I'm going to say, well, excessively, according to the NHS, says morbidly obese, as I love the term. Probably about 10 years.
About 10 years. So from what I always think, from people like in your position, it's took you 7 months to get to where you are now. What is going to stop you from going back over? Because you've got 10 years plus worth of all these horrible habits. What got you to that place in the first place? And now, what do you think is going to keep you going and keep you like this? Because the
Pictures,
yeah.
I know on the group page I did put a picture on in November.
Yeah.
With my suit and with a picture of obviously me on the boat in Turkey.
Yes.
And
Cool suit, by the way. You look good.
well, on the other picture, I look like a fat blob.
Right. Yeah.
So I do actually quite regularly look at them two pictures together.
Right. Okay.
I think it's a good contrast for me.
Yeah.
And I recognise like how bad I was in that photo, and I think that's like a good visual to keep.
Yeah.
To stop myself from getting back to there, because it is extremely easy to fall back into the old ways. Like I say, obviously, I haven't gone back to the old ways, but like I say, I've had a couple of extra treat days that I shouldn't have had. And that's basically like I say, it's Christmas, I'm going to enjoy myself and indulge a bit. And okay, people buy you a load of shit for Christmas, like sweets, chocolate and stuff like that. Even my partner that knows I'm doing this bought us loads of sweets.
Yeah.
But some of them I did buy myself for him to gift us. Right. So, yeah, I'll not say that bit though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's you have that little thing and you should really switch off and just say, right, yeah, okay, I've had that, back on it now. But it's so easy not to. And just continue like as you've been doing, thinking, I've been good for a week, so I'll have a treat day now. As I said before, it doesn't work like that, because otherwise you're not going to gain anything. Right. Because things aren't always 100% on accuracy and stuff like that. 'Cause you can get to, I mean, there is once I've done it when I've said to somebody, yeah, I haven't had out today, so I had my calories and I thought, oh shit, yeah, that's one that I hadn't tracked and forgot about, which is an extra few hundred calories. Yeah. So, like I say, obviously, okay, you've ate all that shit, but there's going to be something that you've missed off. And that'll be your downfall part, where you're missing things off your tracking thing, and then obviously you're losing control of yourself and basically losing the data to where you think that you're having less than what you are. Because there probably is some things that we barely track. I mean, obviously my tracking, I know for a fact I don't have my butter on there or my brown sauce, but...
Well, do you not? Okay.
Yeah, because I always forget about them. Yes, okay, the small little things, but that's potentially 100 calories that I'm not tracking each time.
Yeah, where a spoonful of butter is like 100 calories.
Yeah, So, and we all have the butter on, don't we?
I don't. I actually stopped years ago. Yeah, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking weirdo.
I do that as well. I did scrape it off basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your potential calories that you're eating through the condiments that you're not tracking each time, and that could be the part that determines if you lose a pound that week or not.
Well, let's say two sandwiches plus the sauce, that could be 230-40 calories per day, times that by 7.
Yeah.
That's your weight loss, what you've...
That's like your pound difference, isn't it, basically, over the week. So yeah, it's track right.
You track right, yeah. Right, then last one then. What is the biggest one piece of advice you would give to someone like same position as what you were? Basically, if you could go back and tell yourself something.
Just do it. I say we all say that, just do it.
Just do, yeah.
Yeah. Don't base something off like how you are now on what you're able to do or not, because, as I said before, I couldn't do jack shit when I first started. And if you looked at me from my first day, if I had a recording from my first day to recording now on the exercises, the contrast is immense. I just know from how I felt at first, like, I suppose in a sense, a depressive state all the time with the comfort eating. You don't want to live your life like that. And it's not good for anybody's mental state. And I suppose that's one key point that I've missed off this whole thing, is that mentally it's done us wonders, and I think it does for anybody.
Yeah.
The body is your temple.
Yeah.
That's why I air quoted that, because it's a bit cheesy. But it is, and people think that muscle is muscle, but they forget about the brain, like the mentality side of it. You know, it does play a massive part in that, more than what people think. Because my mindset from when I first started is completely different.
You're a different person.
Yeah, well, I am, yeah.
And not just physically, like, you know, like from the person who walked in and said hi, like if you walked in as you now, if you had to go to, say, a different gym and go meet some new people, you'd be like, all right.
Well, I think the first day, because you were actually there, I think I just stood at the front door just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
get
then obviously came over.
a few of them. Yeah.
Thinking, oh God, what am I doing here? But yeah, I say just do it, because you just end up in a depressive state for God knows how long, and then obviously it can go into full-blown depression if you continued, and that's where obviously the mentality side of it comes in, because it is a massive win on that part. When you start to feel good about yourself, that starts picking up with the other pieces, and it does. It sounds a bit skew-with, but I feel like it does for me.
Yeah.
Because, as I said before, a lot of mine was body image, and that's where the mentality side has helped me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, I mean, even like by the Sainsbury's comment that I put on the Facebook page.
Yes, yeah.
Or that woman.
Yeah.
Many people could have took that as an insult, but I could only take a win from it, because I think...
Fucking right, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Considering, like, when I was shopping there before, I literally got served by it every single week.
Right.
And we used to have a like full-blown conversation every week.
Yeah.
To where obviously I was in this time, she didn't even recognise us. I didn't know who I was, and she thought it was a different guy that had been coming in.
Yeah.
So...
Did she actually use the phrase, there was a fat guy, or not? Or was it...
Well, she says...
of a large man?
Well, she says, oh, do you work in the home? And I says, oh, yeah. I said, I'm just doing the shopping for them. She says, oh, another guy used to come in, like a big guy.
Yeah.
I went, yeah, that was me. So obviously, she didn't know where to put her face. She was like,
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's all right, I was fat.
Yeah. It is. It is a compliment.
Like I say, that obviously, it's one of them pick me up moments in a week.
Yeah.
Or even a day. Like I say, it is one of them moments that I think, yeah, damn right.
I fucking did it. Well, thank you very much, buddy.
No, thank you.
No, thank you very much.